Good morning, it's Friday, October the 31st. Happy Halloween to everybody, all you ghosts and goblins out there. Gonna do a shorter video this morning. I think it will be, you never know. Vionel, get over here with me. I'm gonna do something a little different this morning just to change things up. I'm gonna go through the stuff that we have still here with our just arrived pre-owned stuff, and then I'm going to take you on a tour of because a lot of the stuff you guys have not seen. We're going to go A through L. We're going to do this display this morning. I'm going to show you what's available. A little tour of our pre-owned section here at Big Love Vinyl. Let's start out this morning with what's here on the just arrived pre-owned. 10% off, by the way, on 4 or more pre-owned. And you know what? This is a good time to announce this. Here's what I'm going to do. Special sale. Are you ready for this? All right, here's how it's going to go. You know how we do 10% off 4 or more pre-owned? We've been doing that for, I don't know, a year, maybe a year and a half. We're going to do, for the next 2 weeks, 10% off 4 to 7 records. If you get to 8 records in your cart, you're going to see the cart automatically gives you 20% off of all of your pre-owned. That's right, 8 gets you to 20. And if you get to 12 records in your cart, you'll see that you get 30% off of all of your pre-owned. So you can get, if you got the budget to get to 12 records, I'll give you 30% off all of your pre-owned in your cart. This sale is going to go from right now until November the 7th. It'll cut off. Actually, you know what? Let's extend it. Let's go from right now until November the 9th. November the 9th. I believe that's a Sunday at 11 p.m. All right. I'll go over that again in a second if you guys need to hear it again. Here's what's still here in our fresh used new arrivals. We got the Monster Mash, Sounds of Terror, Japan, Quiet Life, John Anderson Animation, Billy Idol, Vital Idol. There's Ozzy Osbourne Live EP. This is a Stokely. That's All Mod Cons by The Jam. We've got Ode to a CB Shack, the Paul Simon Soundbook, Demented Argo, Night Ranger, the Rolling Stones. This is Captain Beefheart, Talk Talk. Flesh for Lulu. We've got some Mac Miller in the house. This is called American Pleasure Club. Bad, that's Michael Jackson. We've got Richard Marx. We've got Lou Graham. There is a complete White Album, Beatles, 1975 complete. Get Lucky by Loverboy. We've got Heart. We've got Triumph. Elton John, Grand Funk. Elvis, Prince, Elton, Triumph. Yes, Joe Walsh, Heart, Oyster Cult, Foreigner, the Eagles. That's got the poster in it, by the way. Really good live record. I don't say that very often. Donald Fagen. We've got Huey Lewis, Chicago Live, In Excess, Kiss, ZZ Top, Billy Squier, Rick Springfield, Squeeze, Little Feat, Joe Walsh, Peter Gabriel. All of that's here. Now we're going to take you on a tour. Let's go over here. Come on, Vinyl. This is fun. You go right there so you can watch us. Okay. We're going to start with A. I'm just going to go through and show you what we've got. Are you ready? Let's do it. ABBA, Waterloo, $15. AC/DC, For Those About to Rock, $25. Alan Parsons Project, Eve, $12. Alan Parsons. Turn of a Friendly Card is $12. We've got Alan Parsons Gaudi, $14. And Vulture Culture, $14. The Alarm Declaration is $14. We've got Alex Harvey Band. This is called Bamboo Rules, $19. We've got the Allman Brothers at Fillmore. Allman Brothers, Brothers and Sisters. We've got Allman Brothers, The Road Goes On. Greg Allman Band. I'm No Angel. We've got Mark Allman, 14. This one was 15, by the way. Amboy Dukes. Aquaflash. Tell you what, just to speed up, I'm not going to give you the prices. You can just jump on, come in the shop, or go to biglovevinyl.com. Argent, more Argent, There's ARS Nova. Got 3 of theirs. Asia, self-titled. The Association, Atlanta Rhythm Section, Japan Press, Brian Auger. That's our A section. B's, we've got B-52s, Whammy, and Wild Planet. We've got the Babies, Head First, Union Jacks, On the Edge, Bad Company, Straight Shooter. I can't believe it's still here. Various artists. This is a Badfinger tribute. Bachman Turner Overdrive, Not Fragile. Joan Baez, Best of. Ginger Baker, Stradivarius. Had that one for a long time. Spencer, Barefoot. Had that since we opened the shop. Beach Boys. We've got Beacon Street Union. The Beatles, Help. We've got the Beatles Introducing. And we've got a Korean press of Abbey Road. Something new. Jeff Beck now. That's called Flash. The Bee Gees, Rare, Precious, and Beautiful. We've got Horizontal. Pat Benatar. We've got Precious Time. We've got Get Nervous. Chuck Berry. Big Brother and the Holding Company. Cheap Thrills. We've got the Blackbirds, self-titled. Hot and Nasty. That's Black Oak, Arkansas. Black Sabbath. That's called Technical Ecstasy. Blood, Sweat, and Tears, self-titled. Got 2 copies of that. There's Norman Blake, Tim Blake, and Blessed Feathers. The Blues Project. We've got Booker T and the MGs. Here we go, Boston Third Stage and Don't Look Back. David Bowie. This is a 12-inch single, Up the Hill Backwards. That's a rare one, y'all. Changes 1, Bowie. We've got David Bowie's, that's got the wrong sticker on it. That's David Bowie Live. It says Scary Monsters. This is quality control here this morning. Big Love Vinyl. Station to Station. It's a band called The Brethren from 1970. Rare record there. Strange Brew. That's called, actually the band is called The Brew. A Very Strange Brew is the record. Brotherhood. We've got James Brown. I'll change hands here. Tim Buckley. Happy Sad. We've got Buffalo Springfield. There's Burbank. That's a compilation. The Birds. Mr. Tambourine Man. Turn, Turn, Turn. Birds Untitled. And Best of the Birds Volume 2. And Birds on the Wing. This is the unofficial record. It's still here. All right. John Cale. We're now in the C's. Going to go as long as we can here, but not past 20 minutes. Camel. We've got Can. That's soon over Babalula. Fun word to say. Best of Canned Heat. Captain Lockheed. Captain Sky. Caravan. Carlton. The Cars. Let's shake it up. And there is Candy O. And there is Self-Titled. And there is Heartbeat City. Another self-titled. There's Cerrone. I think he's a drummer. Tracy Chapman. 1988 OG. Cheap Trick. That's called Lap of Luxury. We've got Chicago. Transit Authority. Chicago 18. There's Chicago at Carnegie Hall. Chicago 11. Chicago 2. Chicago Greatest Hits. A couple of copies of that. Another Chicago 2. Chocolate Milk. It's a cinematic orchestra. Got City Boy, Clapton, Just One Night. Clapton, Behind the Sun. We've got No Reason to Cry. We've got Money and Cigarettes. We've got Another Ticket. Lots of Clapton here. That one, and August, and Ocean Boulevard. Wow. Reggae. That's Jimmy Cliff, of course. Climax Blues Band. Clover. That's Huey Lewis's first band. Joe Cocker, or at least the band that he was in before the news. Joe Cocker, and now we got Bootsy Collins. That's Bootsy. Coming up here to wrap up the C section, we've got more Bootsy Collins. This is called Ultra Wave. We've got the name is Bootsy Baby. Back up a little bit. A lot of Bootsy Collins. This is called This Boot is Made for Funkin'. Be careful with that word. Also, The One Giveth. There's Phil Collins. Got 2 copies of No Jacket. There's Colors, self-titled, the Campuchia concert record. Alice Cooper, Easy Action. I think that's his first one. Corbeau, whatever that is. Bunch of Elvis Costello here. We got Punch the Clock. We've got Goodbye Cruel World. Sorry about that sun. I'm trying to get the right angle for you guys. The sun is the sun. Almost Blue, King of America. Creedence, Clearwater Revival. That's Gold. We've got David Crosby, his solo record, Crosby Nash. There's CSN. We've got a Import Australia. Celebration is what that one's called. Culture Club. We've got a bunch of this color by numbers. I think we've got 3 of those. Yeah, one with the hype and the circle. That wraps up the C's. In the D section, we've got Christy Berg. If you haven't heard this album, check it out. Man on the Line. Love that one. Crusader. And we've got John Denver. That's called JD. We've got Double Gold by Neil Diamond. Dire Straits, Communique. We've got 2 copies of that. We got Doors, Greatest Hits, Disco Fire, the D-Mols. We've got the Doobies, Best of Volume 2. There is Minute by Minute. We've got Fault Line, 2 copies of that, and another Volume 2, Best of. Dylan's Greatest Hits, that's his Volume 1 on that one. Blood on the Tracks. We've got Shot of Love. Wow, a 3rd one. That's a lot of Doobies. We'll have to put one of those in the $10 bin if somebody would like a deal. The Doors, Strange Days, Donovan, Fairy Tale. This is Dr. Demento. Dr. Dre in the house, Bob Dylan, Desire. And that needs, I can tell this needs to be alphabetized again. Dorinda Duncan. And last but not least, Bob Dylan. This one's just called Dylan. Again, on the sale, here's what we're going to do. You know how we do 10% off 4 or more. We're going to go 10% off 4 to 7 records. If you put 8 records into your cart, you're immediately going to get 20% off of all of your pre-owned up to 11 records. If you hit 12 in your cart, you'll see that it will go to 30% off. 30% off if you got the budget for 12 records or more. Take advantage of that. That'll save you some nice bling. In the E section, the Elgins, we've got Enchantment, and we've got Missy Elliott. Fabulous Thunderbirds hitting the F section now. Scott Fagan, Marianne Faithfull. We've got Fathers and Sons, that's a compilation. The Fireside Theater comedy record. The Firm, Mean Business. First Strike, 1984 is when that came out. Pretty rare. There's the Fleetwood Mac Rumors. We've got Dan Fogelberg, The Innocent Age, Foghat, Tight Shoes. There's some Eagles on the Border. That Eagles should be in the front of the E section. The $4 Ohio Kings, kind of a rare one. John Fogerty and more Fogerty. Back here we've got Aretha Franklin, Queen of Soul, her sister Irma Franklin. The Free Creek compilation, Freedom compilation, Whatever. This is the Friends of Distinction band called The Frost. We've got some Fugs here. Funk Deluxe and Funkapolitan. And Funkadelic, of course. This is Joel Fuderman, Cafeteria, 1979 first press. That should go over here. This is a super rare record. I'm hoping someone knows what that is and has been looking for it. That'll make my day. Peter Gabriel is up next. That is So. Got someone interested in that. May still be there, might not be. Peter Gabriel, I just call that one Peter Gabriel 2. Marvin Gaye copies. Here's Genesis. We've got Abacab, Seconds Out. Lamb Lies Down, Gentle Giant, Live, Georgia Satellites, Glass Harp, The Gods, The Go-Go's, Golden Earring, Jafria, Amy Grant, Al Green, The Groundhogs, Gryphon, Canned Wheat, that's the Guess Who, Arlo, Guthrie, and Gypsy, and Grateful Dead, bringing up the rear also needs to be alphabetized better. Okay, Hall & Oates. We just hit the H section, so here's Bigger Than Both of Us. We've got Big Bam Boom. There's a record called Harpo. Don't know what that is. Henry Deal and the Galaxies. We've got Hawthorne Heights. This is Mayor Hawthorne. It's a Stones Throw release. Black Moses, that's Isaac Hayes. We've got To Be Continued. Another, we got 3 copies of Black Moses. Unbelievable. Heads Up, we've got Heart, Dog, and Butterfly, Japan Press. More Heavy Sounds, Jimi Hendrix. That's an import last night. There's Electric Ladyland. Don Henley in the house. Nick Hayward. Come get Nick Hayward. Joe Hinton, had that one forever. Honk, John Lee Hooker, The Greatest Hits. I'm surprised that's here. Hooters, Amore. It's a good Hooters record. I think it might be their first one. Hot Chocolate and the Hot Platters. That's a compilation back here. Honey Drippers. And there's Whitney bringing up the rear. We're just going to go from here to here, y'all, and then we'll be done. There's a second copy of Whitney. We've got the Hudson Farnsworth. That's the name of that band. Jimmy Hughes, Human League. Another Whitney Houston. Goodness gracious. Whole lot of Whitney going on here. Ian Hunter, live. And in the I section, ooh, don't miss this one. We've had this a long time. We took it down from 45 to 35. When We Get Married, The Intruders. Great record. Be a great one for your collection. The Impressions. We've got Industry and The Innocents and Donnie Iris. Let's see, we got 2 of his, Iron Butterfly and It's a Beautiful Day. Make sure that you go back, if you're just joining the video, make sure you don't miss the special sale we're doing. You can get up to 30% off between now and November 9th on all pre-owned records at Big Love Vinyl on the website. It's going to have to happen on the website. Can't do the discount in the shop just because of some logistic stuff. Jackson 5, that's called Stand. Jackson 5, that's a Korean, Taiwan press, sorry, of Jackson 5. Diana Ross Presents. What else do we have here? Jackson 5, Maybe Tomorrow. And there's Michael, the original Soul. It's a promo. We got Superstar. His sister, Janet. Good record. Jackson's Live. And now we get to Joe Jackson and Shannon Jackson. Reggae record. Jan and Dean, there's some beach music for you. Al Jarreau is here. Jefferson Airplane, Bark, and that does have the bag right there. That's the brown bag. If you know what that is, then you know. In Excess, Jefferson Airplane, Worst Of. We've got 2 copies of that. This is called Jesus Songs. I got a Billy Joel 52nd Street, Street Life Serenade. Elton John, we got Greatest Hits, Volume 2. We've got A Single Man. We've got Breaking Hearts and Jump Up and Empty Sky. Honky Chateau, another Volume 2 Greatest Hits. Now we're into Hobo Johnson, The Rise of Hobo Johnson. Gloria Jones, it's a promo. Mick Jones, that's the guy from Foreigner, if you didn't know that. And Tom Jones, Janis Joplin, 2LP, Junior Walker, and Judas Priest going into the K's. There we go. Paul Kantner, Kayak, Kim, my wife's name, Kansas, B.B. King, Carole King, King Crimson, The Kinks. The Kinks, that's the Great Lost album, and this is the rare one, To the Bone, from 1994. One of our more expensive records in the shop, but super rare. Second Time Around, got Preservation Act. Gladys Knight and the Pips is up next. There's a couple of Gladys Knights. That's Con Can. And this one is called Andre Castellante. I believe that's how you say that. That's our K section. Now we're into the L's. This is The Last Poets. We've got John Lennon, Huey Lewis, Gordon Lightfoot. 3 Living Chicago Blues records in a row. It's Volume 1, Volume 6, and Volume 3. Loggins and Messina, it's a white label promo. Jackie Lomax, super clean copy of that if you know who he is. It's a really cool record. Should have probably kept that one. Lovin' Spoonful. We've got Lucifer and his friend. And Steve Lukather. Luke's in there with Lucifer. I'm not sure how he feels about that. This is Mad Lib. We've got Magnum, Mahogany Rush. There's Mama Cass. And we've got Manchester Collection, Mano Negra. Look that one up. Very cool record. This is Michael Mantler and Edward Gorey. The Marbles, Marshall Tucker, John Mayall, Jerry McCain, Bobby McFerrin, Randy Meisner, Mega Colossus. It's like some hardcore stuff there. John Cougar Mellencamp, got 2 of his. Men at Work, there's your 2 copies of their 2 best records. The Meteors, Michael Stanley Band, Mike Corbett, Jay Hirsch. We've got Buddy Miles, that's a live 2 LP record. Garnett Mims, The -5, Bill Mitchell. And here's your Joni Mitchells. Sorry about the video there. Watching what I'm doing and not the screen on my phone. All the Joni Mitchells. There's Moby Grape, The Monkees. This is called Mood, M-O-O-D, and here's your Moody Blues to follow. Band called Moonquake, and Melba Moore, one more, y'all, Patrick Moraz. All right, thank you. Oh, and some Motels there, bringing up the back. That's what I wanted to do this week. Thanks for watching. We went just through the A through this section. Next week, what you'll see is a video for me going from here to there to show you the rest of the pre-owns, because we're going to keep this sale going again. Here is the sale. BigLoveVinyl.com is where you need to go. 10% off from 4 to 7 records. When you get to 8 records, it'll go 20% off. When you get to 12 records, you'll get 30% off of your pre-owned. Again, pre-owned records. I hope you enjoy the video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.